All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. In this video, what I wanted to do, ladies and gentlemen, is really show you what goes on behind the scenes of the bold claims such as adding $50,000 to $100,000 to your e-commerce brand in under 6 months. What goes on behind the scenes? Because you see a lot of these guys, a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of agencies in your inbox maybe, promising you that exact same outcome, right? Without even detailing or going into how to deliver such a promise. So since we are in the business of adding 50 to 100 grand plus for e-commerce brands in under 6 months, I was basically going to record a video to show you exactly how we do it and how any e-commerce brand can actually implement this system and experience such a transformation. Whether you're making $3,000 per month or $10,000 per month or $50,000 per month and you want to scale to the next level, this process is going to enable you to do so without sweating it, without any stress, because it is battle tested on, at this point over 40 brands, and it's based on timeless principles, which means that next year it'll be the same thing, and the year after, and the year after, and the year after, because any business basically relies upon garnering attention, converting that attention into interest, and then reconverting that interest into an actual purchase or an actual transaction. And then on the back end, you want to make sure that that transaction happens on a regular basis, whether you have a subscription business or you have a one-time purchase, but you have upsells, whatever the case may be. You want people to come back and purchase from your brand. So that's how you set up your business for success. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the only thing you need to know to structure your e-commerce business to scale effortlessly. Okay? So without further ado, let me show you exactly what I've been cooking, and hopefully you can implement some aspects or every single one of them if they're missing within your business. So I'll see you on the other side. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on the other side. What I wanted to do is really dissect what are the phases necessary for any business, quite frankly, to scale in 2023, right? So the objective here is really how can we add $50,000 to $100,000 plus? So that means 150, potentially 200, 300, 400, $500,000 per month in a short period of time. So around 6 months. Is that even possible? And what is necessary? How can you set your business for success, or how can you set your business in terms of infrastructure to kind of make it unreasonable not to get that outcome? So in my opinion, my humble opinion, and taking a look at all the brands that we've been serving in the past, it all starts by what we call product, market, and offer validation. So you want to create this channel, this trifecta, this perfect trifecta of the product, market, and offer. And you want to position yourself at the intersection of these three variables. Okay? So that is phase number one. Phase number two is preparing for scale. Phase number three, injecting free eyeballs. Paying for profitable eyeballs is the other phase that goes after it. Retaining eyeballs and boosting dollar extraction is the most important one to scale past 100K per month. And then scaling the machine that you just built. Okay? So here I've also included how long it takes you to get through that specific phase. So phase number one, or step number one, is really PMO validation. So product, market, and offer validation. We want to uncover neuromarketing assets through foundational research. What we call neuromarketing assets is what goes on in your customer's brain when it comes to products in your industry. Are they afraid? Are they happy? Are they excited? Is it a necessity? Is it just a nice to have? What are your customers' kind of hypothesis within their own minds? We want to uncover those assets, and we want to use them so that we can then extract core marketing segments and demographics. So this whole phase here, when you're validating your product with your market and your offer, you're extracting your core market segments and demographics, you're extracting 2, 3, even 4 offers that are in line with your market segments, and you're doing the profitability analysis, the unit economics. All of this takes within a week for our clients. Okay, so that is exactly how we structure the foundations. Okay, so we start with uncovering the assets that we need to extract the core market segments, because for any product, you might have 3 market segments that are different. You speak to them, in a different way. You want to structure your campaigns in a different way, depending on, which demographics you're targeting, right? And then we hypothesize 3 offers. The offers can be a discount, it could be a bundle, it could be any offer that is original. And then we conduct what we call a profitability analysis. We want to know exactly what are your targets, right? Criteria here is we want to have a break-even ROAS that is ideally below a 2. Sometimes it could be higher in some exceptions, but ideally this is what we want. We also want a $50 cash extraction or cash extraction possibility, and we want to make money on the first sale. So these are the criteria that you want to have in place. Then once you have those, you are going to prepare to push the acquisition mechanisms. So one of the lowest hanging fruits is actually structuring your organic marketing for success. Because it's free eyeballs. And this takes between 1 to 3 months to get really dialed in, because you need to hack the algorithm. So we're talking about the frequency of posting, SEO, and all of these mechanisms that we can detail a little bit later. You want to also develop a bulletproof communication strategy. So how you're communicating, but when are you communicating as well? All of these variables are very, very important. So you need to make sure that you're communicating with your customers and you're having that intimate relationship with them. And then you want to scale your efforts through UGC creators and influencers. So this is essentially tapping into the network effect of other people and guaranteeing that you're getting those free eyeballs, just as you partner with influencers or UGC creators. Okay. So this is the free eyeballs section. Next is you want to be able to pay profitably for your eyeballs. And that means paid ads. So step number 1 is to plug your phase 1 findings into your algorithm. So we're talking about everything you did here. All the homework you did for 1 week, you're plugging it in within your ads. You want to also tighten your unit economics. Now you're actually spending money to acquire a customer. So you need to be sure that once you acquire that customer, you're actually making money on the first sale ideally, or you have a plan on the back end to extract more cash so that you make your customer acquisition cost sustainable for you as a business. So you want to tighten your unit economics, you want to tighten your copywriting and your performance creatives. These are the only inputs you give to your algorithms, Meta, Google, TikTok, whatever platform you're using. These are the only inputs that you give them that will make or break your campaign. I don't care about which hack you use when it comes to tweaking your campaigns or like tweaking your ad sets and duplicating and all that fancy stuff. This is where the money is made, not with the management. Okay. So before your campaign is even launched, you are set for success or set for failure. While you're doing this, you're basically setting yourself for success. Okay, because no agency, no freelancer that you hire is doing this. And I speak from, I know what I'm talking about. So what happens next is you want to optimize your funnel through market feedback. Well, your funnel can be broken down in 2 pillars. Your front end funnel, which is your ads. So we're talking about your click-through rate, your cost per click, your CPMs, all of those front end metrics that you can obviously optimize through the market feedback. So are you overpaying to show your ads to people? Are people not clicking into your ads because they're not attractive enough? All of that feedback that you gather, you need to act upon. And then there's also the back end funnel, which has everything to do with your website, which is essentially your add to cart rate, your purchase rate, your checkout rate, your landing page visitors, your sessions, your durations of sessions, basically how your exit points, where do people exit your funnel, etc., etc. All of this, you need to be able to gather that data and act upon it, in real time, so that you make sure that the money you're spending to learn and to uncover truths within your business, so that then you fix them. So all of these truths. So for example, if you have a website that is lacking within the add to cart phase, that is a truth for your business. You need to be able to act upon that truth with the data. Okay, that's very, very important. And you see here that this takes also 1 to 3 months to get dialed in, just because you're testing. It depends on how much money you're spending. There's a concept that's called money velocity, which means that the more you spend, the faster the feedback loop is, or the shorter the feedback loop is, which is obviously very intuitive. But a lot of people don't tend to understand that. If you're spending $10 a day, you probably won't get results, in less than 8 months, for example. Whereas if you're spending a few thousands here and there, then you're obviously guaranteeing that the platforms will get you more feedback from the market, and you're able to iterate faster on that feedback. So this takes 1 to 3 months. That's what we found. On the higher end, it's 3 months, 90 days that we take to really optimize the funnel. On the shorter end, just a few weeks, and you're off to the races, right? And what's fun here is that the paying profitably for eyeballs, feeds into your organic marketing, and your organic marketing feeds into the paid ads. That's what's beautiful, is that if you can create this holistic strategy, then all of this is actually stacking on top of each other, which is super fun, because your organic traffic is seeing your ads. The people who come through your ads are engaging with your organic marketing and your organic posting and your organic presence. And so it's just a cool mechanism to have where everything is feeding into each other. So once you're done with this, you need to start tackling retention. And retention is very, very important because that's where you create the community. You can also create it here with the free eyeballs and the organic marketing. But there's also this sense of intimacy within email marketing, if done properly, where you get to really tap into that community effect, that relatability effect, right? That brand, people identify to your brand. And so what you want to do is you also want to be optimizing your LTV funnel and plug feedback from the market. So anything you do within your retention needs to be driven by this, the unit economics, which go into your LTV. You want to be identifying what is your target LTV. How much do you want your customers to be spending with you? That's your target. And then you structure all your efforts to go in line with that objective. So you're optimizing your LTV funnel and you're plugging the feedback from the market, and you're installing a rhythm and a cruise speed frequency. Posting times, frequency of posting through data analytics. That's very important to base everything that you do through data analytics, ladies and gentlemen. That's because you're basing yourself on facts and not emotion. And typically what we see is 1 to 3 months is where you start getting that, frequency dialed in, that LTV funnel dialed in, right? It takes a few weeks to know exactly what you want and how to structure your business. And obviously, this feeds into your retention. So the paid eyeballs are feeding into your retention, right? Because they're signing up through the pop-up that you have on your, on your website. Hopefully, they are resonating with offers you have that are specific to your retention mechanisms, all of that good stuff. So they're feeding into this. And then your retention is also feeding into this because as soon as they land on your website through an email, for example, they're going to be hit hopefully with ads. And then they're also going to be looking at your organic marketing. And it's just this entire structure that is so beautifully tied in together. And it's so tight, it makes it very hard for a customer to escape, quote unquote. And so this is for the retention side of things, 1 to 3 months. And then when it comes to scaling, this is where it's 3 to 6 months to really start seeing the amazing returns from the groundwork you did. Because all of this is groundwork. And you need to push through this phase here, which is essentially testing relentlessly, being a mad scientist when it comes to concepts, ad concepts, copywriting, the performance creatives, being able to resonate and iterate as fast as possible with the market feedback. That's super important. And that's where a lot of brands actually fail because that's the hard part. The easy part is this. You're scaling paid ads vertically, so essentially spending more, and horizontally, which basically means branching out to new channels. So let's say you started advertising on Meta and Google. Now you're trying to test out TikTok. A lot of brands start with all the platforms at once and they don't get anything out of them. What I suggest is you start with one main platform and you supplement it with one secondary platform once the first one is profitable. Then on your organic marketing, you're scaling organic vertically, which means you're upping the frequency, and horizontally. So you're branching out to new channels as well. You're also scaling retention marketing until 20 to 30% of your revenue is coming from your emails. And now your main goal is to structure your LTV to CAC above a 3x minimum. Okay, and that is where your business is actually a true business that you can sell, that you can exit, that you can basically scale to the moon, because now every single mathematical kind of variable is dialed in for scale. Okay, that's what we want. We want to make sure your business is structured for proper scale. If you don't want to scale, if you want to cruise at 50 to 100K per month, that's totally fine. You can do so. If you want to go past 200, 300, $500,000 per month, you've done all the groundwork. You're able to achieve it because you've done the groundwork here with your offers. You know what the market wants. You're able to branch out to new markets, new channels, etc., and this gives you freedom. This groundwork here gives you freedom. That is exactly what we help you do at Growth Labs, as we put you through this entire boot camp and we walk you through it hand in hand. It's very, very hard to do by yourself, and there's literally no agency that's going to help you do this. So we help you do this, and we help you set your business up for scale. And that's how we're able to generate the results that we've been able to generate. And that's how we're able to weather any market conditions, anything the platforms throw at us. It's because this is built on principles, on timeless principles. So I hope you will be able to apply some of the principles here, that you can see the thesis of our growth mechanisms when it comes to e-commerce growth, and that there's nothing resembling it currently in the market. Everyone is focused on the next shiny object, it was TikTok ads, tomorrow it's going to be something else. We focus on timeless principles, and we're able to tap into those shiny objects without disrupting the core setup. So ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, book a call with us. We'll make sure to run you through our entire process from start to finish, and we'll show you how that applies to your business and how you can kind of short circuit your growth and, skip a few years of stress and not knowing what to do. Okay? So wish you a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.